You thought the storm had passed, that the struggle was finally over. But what if I told you the real journey is just beginning? Jupiter, the great benefactor, has finally stationed direct, and while most people are celebrating, few understand the real consequences. The illusion of safety is gone, and everything hidden beneath the surface is now exposed. Karma is in motion, and the universe is cashing in. This is not just another planetary shift. This is a reckoning. You felt the energy, haven't you? The dreams, the tension, the sudden shifts in your emotions. This isn't just in your head. The universe is speaking, and whether or not you're listening, the message is loud and clear. What happens next will define everything. The illusion of freedom. Jupiter retrograde felt like a pause, a strange limbo where everything seemed to be held in suspension. People mistook this as stagnation, as if life itself had been put on hold. But that was never the case. What you experienced was a protective delay, a momentary grace period where the consequences of your actions were postponed. The universe was watching, taking note, and giving you the time to correct course. But now that time is up. The training wheels are off, and the safety net has disappeared. You're no longer shielded from your own decisions. Whatever was waiting behind the curtain is now stepping forward, and there's nowhere left to hide. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to wake you up. Everything you've done, every choice you've made, every path you've taken, the bill is due. Are you ready to pay it? The cosmic reckoning, Jupiter always comes to collect. Most people only see one side of Jupiter, the giver, the bringer of luck, the planet of expansion and opportunity. But here's what they don't tell you. Jupiter never gives without expecting something in return. There is always a cost, and now that it's direct, the debts are coming due. Think about the past few months. Did you take shortcuts? Did you ignore your intuition? Did you receive blessings but fail to use them wisely? The universe keeps perfect records, and Jupiter, the planet of justice, is making sure everything is balanced. For some, this will mean sudden breakthroughs, long-awaited rewards finally arriving. But for others, this will mean shocking reversals, unexpected betrayals, financial losses, and relationships crumbling overnight. There's no escaping this energy. If you've been in alignment, the rewards will be clear. If not, the lesson will be painful. Either way, there's no avoiding it. The shadows that were hiding are now here. During Jupiter retrograde, the subconscious veil was thin, offering glimpses into hidden truths. Now that Jupiter is direct, those glimpses are no longer subtle, they are fully exposed. The things you thought you buried, the wounds you tried to ignore, they are demanding to be dealt with. Dreams that once felt symbolic and peaceful are now turning dark and intense, carrying messages you can't afford to dismiss. Faces of people you don't recognize, places you've never been. Sensations that linger even after you wake up. This is not random. Your subconscious is processing the truth, whether you want to see it or not. And it's not just about dreams. Have you felt an inexplicable anxiety lately? A weight in your chest? A sense of something unfinished pulling at you? That's not your imagination. That's your shadow demanding attention. Shadow work is no longer optional. If you don't face it now, it will manifest in your reality in ways that force you to. The question is, will you willingly confront your darkness, or will the universe have to drag you through it? The energy shift, why everything feels overwhelming. If you've been feeling drained, exhausted, or emotionally overwhelmed for no apparent reason, you're not alone. This is the energetic fallout of Jupiter's direct motion. Retrograde acted as a buffer, slowing down external influences and keeping certain energies at bay. Now, that buffer is gone, and everything is flooding in at once. You are absorbing more than ever, not just your own emotions, but the collective fear, the shifting vibrations of the planet, the unresolved pain of those around you. Have you noticed random mood swings, sudden bursts of sadness or irritation that seem to come out of nowhere? That's because your energy field is wide open, picking up frequencies you weren't prepared for. Jupiter is expanding everything, not just blessings, but everything. The good, the bad, the things you thought you had under control. You are standing in the middle of an energetic storm without an umbrella, and the only way to protect yourself is through awareness. Ground yourself, set boundaries, cleanse your energy. You cannot afford to be reckless with your spiritual hygiene right now. Jupiter's expansion can be a gift, but only if you know how to handle it. The test of patience. Most people will fail here. Most people assume that when Jupiter goes direct, everything will suddenly fall into place, that the doors of opportunity will swing open and all the waiting will finally make sense. But the truth is far more complex. Jupiter is not in the business of giving handouts, it's in the business of transformation. And before it delivers, it tests. The biggest mistake people make is assuming that struggle means failure, that obstacles mean they are on the wrong path. But what if I told you that the delays, the sudden reversals, the seeming setbacks are actually the test? Think about it. If Jupiter is the planet of wisdom and growth, wouldn't it first make sure you are truly ready for what you've been asking for? You want abundance. Jupiter will test your relationship with scarcity first. You want love. Jupiter will force you to confront why you've been blocking it. You want a new path in life. Jupiter might burn the old one down before you even get the chance to step into the new. Most people will fail this test because they will react out of fear. They will assume the struggle means their manifestation isn't working, and they will abandon it just before it arrives. They will panic, they will doubt, and they will undo everything they've been building. But those who understand what's really happening, the ones who hold steady even when things look wrong, those are the ones who will win. The question is, which one will you be? The ego death, when everything you believed crumbles. Jupiter is not just a bringer of expansion, it is a destroyer of illusions. And for many, that means the person they thought they were is disappearing. Have you felt it? That unsettling sense that your goals don't make sense anymore, that the things you used to care about feel pointless, that the identity you spent years building suddenly feels like a stranger. This is not a phase. This is ego death. Jupiter does not just expand your external reality, it expands your consciousness. And in doing so, it forces you to let go of everything that was built on false foundations. This can be terrifying because it feels like losing yourself. But the truth is, you're not losing anything real. You're shedding the parts of yourself that were never truly you to begin with. The attachments, the labels, the outdated beliefs, the toxic narratives you've been carrying, Jupiter is burning them away. And until you surrender to this process, you will feel lost. The ones who fight this will cling to their old identities, trying to force themselves into a version of reality that no longer fits. But those who embrace it, who allow themselves to dissolve and be reborn, those are the ones who will emerge from this stronger than ever. This is not the end. This is the beginning of who you were always meant to be. The Great Awakening, your consciousness is changing. For those who have been on a spiritual path, you already know this is not just about astrology. Something bigger is happening. Jupiter's shift is accelerating awakenings on a massive scale. People who never questioned reality are suddenly seeing beyond the veil. Dreams are no longer just dreams. They are messages, visions, warnings. Intuition is becoming stronger, undeniable. Have you been feeling it? That unshakable sense that something is changing, that reality itself feels different, as if you are perceiving things you weren't able to before. This is not a coincidence. Jupiter expands everything, including awareness. And for many, this is the moment where they realize they can never go back to who they were before. Old patterns, toxic cycles, limiting beliefs, they are crumbling. This is why so many are feeling disconnected, like they are watching their own lives from the outside. They are, because their old consciousness is dissolving and their new one is still forming. The key is to trust this process, to surrender to the unknown, because what is on the other side of this is clarity, alignment, and a sense of purpose so strong it will change everything. The hidden gift, Jupiter's tough love. It's easy to mistake Jupiter's lessons for punishment, to look at the struggle and think, why is this happening to me? But what if I told you that Jupiter is not punishing you, it is preparing you? Think about every challenge you've faced, every setback, every moment of doubt. What if every single one of them was designed to make you stronger, to refine you, to shape you into the person who is ready for everything you've been asking for? Jupiter doesn't give freely because it understands that true abundance must be earned, not through suffering, but through growth. And right now, it is showing you exactly what you need to master before you step into your next level. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is perspective. Some will see obstacles and give up. Others will see them as the final lesson before their breakthrough. The ones who understand that Jupiter's tough love is actually a gift, those are the ones who will rise. So ask yourself, are you ready to receive what Jupiter has been preparing you for? The final choice, will you pass the test? This is the moment where everything shifts. The universe is watching, not in a symbolic way, but in a very real, energetic way. Every choice you make now, every reaction, every decision is sending out a message about what you are truly ready for. Some people will fail this test without even realizing it. They will fall for the illusions, act out of fear, chase what is collapsing, or deny the lessons placed right in front of them. They will wonder months from now why nothing changed, why they still feel stuck, why their manifestations always seem just out of reach. But those who pass, those who remain grounded, patient, and aligned, will step into a reality beyond anything they could have imagined. The test is subtle. It appears in moments, in a trigger that tempts you to react the way you always have, in a choice that feels insignificant but holds the weight of everything, in a situation that forces you to trust instead of control. And before you even realize it, you will have either passed or locked yourself into another cycle of delay. So take a deep breath, look around, recognize the test for what it is, and then ask yourself, will you fall back into old patterns, or will you step into the version of yourself that is finally ready? The choice is yours. If this message resonated with you, if you felt these shifts deep in your soul, then you are exactly where you need to be. This is your moment. And if you feel called to support this channel, consider clicking the Super Thanks button. Your contribution helps keep this message alive for those who need it. Share your experiences in the comments, subscribe for more insights, and remember, this is not the end. This is the beginning of something greater. Until next time, take care and stay aligned.